The movie starts off, chaos. They were absolutely unloading on this pride of lions, stripping away all that made them proud, their superiority, and the hunt, turning them into the hunted. All but one. The leader, I'm assuming because the thing was moving like Jason Voorhees, because we had these two hunters that moved together away from their group to hunt this lion by themselves. And guess what? The two didn't last long. Soon, the yellow shirt hunter learned why one is the loneliest number. He crouched down to take a look at some footprints, and when he got back up, his hunter companion was gone. But he was saying this man's name too calmly for my liking. Once I saw that I was alone, boy, let me tell you, this is step one of my panic process of survival. Then, after audibly verifying with myself my companion was dead, step two.
I don't think you have any idea how fast I really am.
Now ask me, was that the right chain of events to guarantee your survival? I'm gone. Running through the wind violently, you know, like flatulence, because I'm breaking wind. Sorry. But the camera cuts over to the other hunters. I'm assuming setting up a trap and loading up the bodies of the lions they laid down. But the others soon left and had only one other hunter stay there to wait for the others. But that's when we hear this. Instead of digesting that as a heed to avoid the area, this man took that as an invitation to move closer to the screams, shining his flashlight until he looked down and saw blood. And then, this man came with a jump scare after all that screaming. This hunter right here has perfect gun control because everything and everyone would have been shot up. Fuck with me if I heard those screams, seeing that blood. You would think I said everything was seized, the way seeing that blood made my trigger finger start Harlem shaking. Never mind, he didn't need any of my bullets. The lion must have had his feet dangling as he pinned his ass against a tree, claws first. But pause. Why did you come after me after being a whetstone sharpening that lion's claws? My guy said I was caught, so we're caught. Go die over there. My guy walked a New York marathon to bring the lion over here and died. You could have died back there. There's no walking destination for death. The Grim Reaper can meet you. He got Uber, Lyft. But after seeing what he saw, my guy fired off warning shots, letting that lion know he was scared as hell. And then he turned and ran himself into a victim. He got caught in his own trap. Man became the booby in the trap. And once that rope grabbed his ankles and lifted him in the air, having him show all his delicacies for the lion, he just gave up. No panic, no trying to free his leg. Nope. One last scream? Nope. He knew he was fucked, so he let the lion mukbang. And that's just the lead us to the title card. Those characters were nothing but a warm-up. That's when we meet our main characters on a plane to South Africa for a vacation. Dr. Nate Samuels and his daughters, Meredith and Nora Samuels. And once they arrived, his old friend Martin Battles, fire last name, picked them up. And that's when we learn that we are in the village of the girl's mother, and their mother died, you know what I'm saying, backstory. And his daughter, just Mare, as she likes to be called, no more Meredith. She has some tension with her father surrounding her mother's death and him not being there enough. Hence the trip hoping to get closer to his daughter. But skip, I don't do family drama. This is not Dr. Phil, and I'm not Dr. Noir. I didn't even go to college for that long. The next day, Martin decided to give the Samuels family a tour of the private areas of the reserve, and they were seeing cameos from the stars of the 1994 movie Lion King. Damn, it must be nice. I wouldn't go personally, you know what I'm saying? I don't walk towards potential danger with a smile on my face, but that's just me though. Live your life. Listen, I know I just got done saying live your life, but they really got out of the car to see the lions up close and personal. No, you take me to see some lions and you expect me to stand in the same area as them with no glass? You're lying to your damn self if you believe that's happening. You are out your rabbit ass mind jumping to a dumb scenario like that. My dad would have said, get out the car. Shit, I'll put my foot through this floor and start flintstoning that thing, walking around like it was a pair of metal booty shorts before I get out of this car. And to make matters worse, they have a just-in-case tranq rifle, but they are not taking one and passing it down. Is Sharon not caring? Look at me. My mom said I hold rifles too. I'll treat it like a Redbox movie and borrow it for one day. I even let you hold $1. But then we have Martin dropping his nuts, making me like a bitch. And that's okay, I'll accept that role. Walking closer to the lions, with Benji walking behind them with the rifle, and simple ass Mare doing a self-imposed dare, following them closer. And when her father tried to call her back, she gonna say,
nothing's gonna happen.
That's stupid! Use your common sense.
And when did you become Dr. Doolittle? Cause like, when the hell did you receive lion enlightenment? You are lying about understanding lions, and you better hope it doesn't end with you lying underneath one like a dark chocolate kibble. See, now Mars dumbass knows lions, got a hug from Simba himself, and another one came and they started having a three-way snuggle off. Martin is one of them ones. Not smart, but fearless and strong because he was holding up this lion with no problem. But then that's when he noticed one of the female lions, Nandi, one of those two, was injured, but he couldn't get close enough because even though the lions messed with him, you were not getting close to his girl. I'm assuming that's his mate, but Martin thinks it was a doing of poachers. But if I was to put out a guess, it might be Jason Voorhees, the lion himself. So now Martin wants to head to the nearby village to ask people if they saw the poachers. But on the way to the village, we see this. Was this not the vehicle of the poachers? I could be wrong, but it looks similar to that. And we have vultures snacking on corpses. Jason, the lion Voorhees, is going crazy and nobody can stop him. He somehow caught up to a vehicle and ate that ass like a freaky nigga with his legs up. I'm assuming using context clues. But they arrived at the village and it was empty, eerily empty. A roar on fire, but no one to stoke the flames. And after a brief looking around, Nate wanted to leave. That was until Martin came across a massacre. Bodies everywhere, all in one building. An orgy of flies and a portrait of violence, in which Martin surmised it was done by a lion. And judging from the lack of hyenas, according to Martin's words, given the amount of blood at the scene, he was close by. I would be yabba dabbing doing my ass home, legs moving like those cartoon characters. The scope of this violence is beyond me. This lion is walking around trying everybody's ass like he was looking for the Cinderella shoe of perfect ass, and he was not getting a taste of mine. So after they finally make it back to the car, worst vacation ever, Martin wants to stop somewhere to make a call where the mountain wasn't blocking his reception to warn Benji about the lion attacking the village and nearby areas. That's when they came across a wounded man, but the scene was just jumbled panic and overlapping dialogue, creating real tension until a stray noise disrupted the panic, bringing silence for a moment, and Martin took that as a challenge, upping his rifle and walking towards the noise of clearly a lion looking for his next victim. I can't even say meal because he's not eating anybody, he's tasting them. A little light sample. Was behind the brush of the bush like this. While Martin was playing the role of the warrior, Dr. Nate took the role as a healer. Yeah, he wasn't good in the role. The man kicked the bucket with both feet. His ass was stretched on the ground like he was prepared for a chalk outline. It was like Nate walked away and he just died. While Nate felt his role, let's see how Martin handled his. Holding a rifle like a comfort aid, he transversed through the unknown silence of lurking danger, low but wary. As he inched closer, stumbling, he knew danger was but a jump away, but he was ready until the erratic spread of birds bursting into the air grabbed his attention, pulling him away from the situation, creating a moment of separation from the building tension that acted as his survival instincts. Never mind, I thought the lion was about to jump out now, and that'd been a perfect moment. But back to the narration. The wildlife moved, stirring the uneasiness of the environment. Alligators or crocodiles tore through the water, but there was still no sight of the lion until he found a paw print. The danger was near, but how near was it? He was on his ass, made him stumble into the water. After all that damn walking, firing off a shot, but the camera quickly cut to Nate before we could see if he did his job as the warrior. I'm gonna take it as he failed, but let me hold that thought real quick. Let me talk about Mirror. His children are making me feel like I'm sterile. It's like my body is actively killing my sperm cells as I watch this movie, so I could never have kids. Because why in the 4 letters that spell hell did she get out the car? Bad enough her father is walking towards gunfire, she knows there's a lion with a mean kill streak running around right now. What is she gonna do? Become a male? The happy kind? So he can get the itis and then they can kill it? Okay, I'm done. But back to why I believe Martin failed. Yeah, the lion started chasing Dr. Nate and he was on his ass like one of his cheeks. And if Nate was a little slower, he would have lost the other cheek to him. The lion must have really wanted to take a bite of some more dark chocolate. The thing ran into the car mad hard, breaking the glass and nearly flipping the car. But the car wasn't gonna stop it from increasing his KD and getting a little lick of chocolate. Man was treating the glass on the car like a reverse zoo, and he was waiting for them to do a trick, opening the door for him so he could finish fucking up their vacation. But these niggas are dumb. Did they leave the window cracked for a little air? The lion was like, don't mind if I do. Tried to reach his arm into the car to unlock the door himself, but ended up getting a hold of Nate as he tried to kick him away from the car, while Mir took the wheel and control of the car, traveling 1 mile max before crashing into a tree, having them dangle like that one man from the beginning of the movie. Look at this man. His children were annoying him more than the lion was. Had this man contemplating going one-on-one with the lion once more. Until he heard a voice from the walkie-talkie. It was Martin. The lion done messed his leg up, but apparently he wasn't a fan of the white meat and left him alone to go after the people of darker variety. So after Nate gave Martin medical advice over the radio so he could survive long enough for them to come and get him, but that whole thought was out the window because the lion wanted to prove me wrong, like he like all shades of meat. He's the MLK of eating meat. He was staring down Martin while he was talking to Nate on the radio. But pause for a second to listen to this.
He's staring right at me.
That we have to go and get him down.
That's stupid. Use your common sense.
Did you not hear him say he was having a stereo contest with a goddamn lion? What you want? For me to go over there for a round 2? Like, let me think of a plan first. But according to Martin, the lion was using him as bait. That's why he was letting him live. So after breaking a lock and getting a train gun and assembling it, Nate got on top of the truck with his rifle looking for the lion. But that's when Mary just wanted to be special and got out of the car and said she's gonna see if she could find Martin. Nigga, we have to find the lion first. But that was no longer a worry because the lion found them and was ready to sample their asses like he was on a Costco run. Nate upped the rifle and like he was in phase tried to quickscope it. Listen, badly. Nora passed him another one, but the lion was getting up close and personal like he wanted to see the gun for himself, showing some amazing athleticism like OG Anunoby when he saved the winning shot of game 4. It left him to the air, arms spread eagle, wind rippling through his mane, and when he was in range, smacked the gun from Nate's hand and him off the truck. But the lion had a little too much dip on his chip and failed to mount the truck. After that, falling to the ground as well. But look at him, he's that mad. Thing was moving like his neck had the same features as a Pez dispenser. Stop, it's not gonna extend any farther. Thing was trying to hit the Inspector Gadget function, go throws, and when that didn't work, it started circling the car, itching to get at Nate like he was the one that personally killed his pride. But Nora had to make a clutch play, stabbing the lion with a dart, making it lose aggro and walk away. And Mare saved Martin, she was just lucky, and led him back to the car where Nate performed operation with minimal equipment. Let's hope he doesn't hit anything and we hear a buzzer. But the night passes calmly and Martin is stable and awake, and that's when Martin tells us what we already know. The lion is attacking humans because the poachers killed his pride, and he was on some weird ass Liam Neeson shit, looking for a black bastard to try him. Consider he just tickled Martin's leg aggressively with his claw, but he really wanted Nate's black ass, and now they were in a helpless situation. They had no communication with the outside world inside that car, or water. But lucky for them, depending on how you look at it, poachers arrived and offered them a ride for money, 5K USD. You are not getting that money from me. Okay, it wasn't lucky, because the moment they saw Martin, all hell broke loose. Apparently Martin was a poacher hunter, sort of like a vigilante that hunts down poachers and kills them, and them seeing him was enough to piss them off. Nate got pistol whipped, his daughter got snatched out the truck, just chaos conjuring more chaos. But guess what there wasn't enough of? Chaos. The lion made himself known, leaping from the shadows that swallowed his large frame, snatching one of the poachers off screen. And what did the poachers do? Fired aimlessly at the knight's influence, hoping lead would hit the lion. But Nate thought this was his chance to get out of there by stealing the poacher's truck. But there was one problem: no keys. And now he had to get the keys off one of the poachers. And he did just that, walking through the lion's handiwork, checking dead bodies for keys, but nothing. He couldn't find them. But what he did find was a lion walking alone. That means he beat 4+ armed poachers and didn't even break a sweat. But you know who did break a sweat? Nate, when his daughter tried to call him on a walkie-talkie and the lion almost heard him and found him. That man was scared shitty. Look at him, abandoning the walkie, hiding in a tree. No KISSING for him, unless it was kissing the ground after the lion left. But his kids being simple actually saved him. He was bound to be caught. The lion was standing over him, surely on the verge of tic-tac-toeing his ass, while he prayed under the log that he wouldn't be found. And how did his kids being simple save them? Well, they started blowing the horn, drawing the attention of the lion back towards them, giving Nate the time he needed to find the keys and head back. Great news, right?
I think we're gonna be good. No.
Yeah, it wasn't. There could be no breaks in this movie. Martin with his one leg donned his costume and played hero, using his shoulder and his body weight to pin the lion head against the window while the girls ran to the other car. And once they got out, it fell, taking Martin and the lion with it. But Martin's sacrifice was not finished. With the leaking gas and the lighter, he went Johnny Storm. Nate made it back with the keys, but not in time. Martin was dead, so they left, made it to the school, and passed up Mare, who was wounded on her side after being scratched by a lion. But guess who else survived and showed up?
Did he not die?
How come his pride didn't have this much get him and squabble about them? Bullets, fall damage, explosions, nothing can stop this thing. But now Nate had a gun, and he was hawking that thing down, chasing away from his daughter. And when it was gone, he put them in a room and went out there to face the lion. Well, face the lion with his bag, because he wanted it to chase him away from his kids. But what in the PS3 is going on here? The moment Nate stopped and was ready for a showdown, turned into classic God of War. Anyway, the lion smacked the fight out of him, dropped him to the ground. And see, look, he was trying to eat his ass. I told you. Got his leg and was trying to rip it off, separating the meat from the bone. But I give it to Nate. He socked the thing in the face. I mean, if explosions and bullets didn't work, I doubt knuckle sandwiches were his kryptonite. But he was still tussling with it. Man tried to get up and run and got told to sit his ass back down. But luck was on his side when he managed to get a second of separation after stabbing it. The lions from earlier, the twins, came to finish the thing off, putting it out of his misery. And then Benji came after all was almost said and done and saved Nate. And that ended the lion survival adventure that was their vacation. Down one friend. Hopefully they bonded and got closer. But thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, until next time.